You hear that bark ricochet between houses like a rubber ball in a hallway? It's 5:48 a.m. That sound has a calendar invite. Please don't take this as an attack on your dog. Take it as a mercy on sleep. The HOA quiet hours start at 6. The city's nuisance clock runs 24/7 for prolonged barking, and the greenbelt sign 2 doors down says leash required, with the kind of confidence only a laminated rule can have. I'm not here with a pitchfork. I'm here with a roll of bags and a printed flyer that uses friendly fonts. Also, your dog slipped the curb again yesterday and ran the greenbelt like it paid taxes there. I called non-emergency because this is the 3rd dawn in a row with the bark loop. The off-leash sprint spooked a toddler, and someone left a pile by the park bench like a signature. Before you stiffen, those headlights are a cruiser. It's a calm one. Good morning, officer. Thanks for coming before sunrise. We've got repeated early barking, an off-leash dog on the greenbelt path, and a poop problem near the bench. No bites. No injuries, just nerves and a neighborhood that would like each other at 7A. You're rubbing your eyes, saying you work nights, that he barks at the first squirrel, and that leashes make him act weird. I hear you. Dogs are feelings in fur. Neighbors are sleep in sweatpants. We can make both true. I'm not the HOA president. I'm the person who buys those bone-shaped bags in bulk and writes emails that try to sound like a human, not a manual. Can we talk through a plan that saves your mornings, saves our ears, and saves your dog from becoming a headline in the group chat? You ask if I put the pink sticky note on your door. I did. It said 2 easy fixes. Dawn potty on leash in the side yard, breakfast puzzle feeder. That note was how I flirt with peace. The bark happens when the door opens at 5:40. Then we all meet your alarm clock through drywall. First ask, hold. The first door open until 6, or take him into the side yard with the gate closed for 5 quiet minutes. Second ask, leash on the walk? Always. Off leashes for inside fenced yards and the dog park, not the green belt where strollers roll and the jogger in neon wants to be just a blur, not a story. You're bristling. He's friendly. Friendly is not the rule. Control is the rule. Officer, could you say the city leash law and nuisance barking parts out loud? Thank you. He just said it plain. Leash required off your lot. Persistent barking that disturbs neighbors can be cited. Poop must be picked up immediately. He said it like a bedtime story for adults who collect fines. No one here wants the fine. We want a ritual. You say he barks at squirrels and trucks. We can't evict squirrels or trucks. We can give him a job at 5:49 that isn't alert the block. Frozen Kong at 5:48 buys 10 silent minutes. Breakfast scatter in the kitchen buys 5 more. Sniff mat buys 7. By 6, the world is legal for normal sounds. We do not need the bark recital before then. You're worried about cost. The Kong is a one-time buy. The kibble was already going to die for the cause. We're just giving it a slow assignment. About the off-leash, I saw him arc across the greenbelt and loop the bench. He looked joyful. The toddler in the stroller looked at him like a comet with paws. Even perfect dogs look like comets to toddlers. Leash gives toddlers a story that ends with, "We waved at a dog," not "we learned about gravity." You're saying the harness rubs. I've got a soft front clip in my hall closet that my cousin's lab outgrew. It prevents the sled dog lean. I'll loan it. Officer, would you mind noting, advised, leash law, nuisance barking window, offered front clip harness, neighbor to adjust routine? Thank you. I'll also add, poop bag station to be checked. Yes, the HOA refills those. Sometimes raccoons remove them with vigor. We call that nocturnal policy feedback. You're still tight around the jaw, like this is a courtroom and your client chews shoes. I'm not the prosecution. I'm the part of the neighborhood that likes dogs and also likes a pillow. We'll do this in 3 layers. Dawn plan, leash plan, cleanup plan. Dawn plan. From now to next Friday, first potty window is 6:05 a.m. In the side yard only. Gate closed, no front door stroll. If you must open earlier because nights exist, treat drop treat in the kitchen and a Kong. No front yard scanning for squirrels until after 6:30. Leash plan. Front clip harness, 6-foot leash, loop hand, no extender. Extenders teach physics at the worst moment. Walk the inner sidewalk, not the greenbelt edge until he's in a groove. If he reacts to the jogger, you pivot and put him into a sit-sniff on the grass inside your line. Look Q gets a treat. He learns to look at you instead of inventing crosswalk theater. Cleanup plan. Bags clipped to the leash always. If he goes, you scoop. If the can on the greenbelt is full, carry home. Do not crown the pile like a sculpture. Art is for galleries, not the walk. I'll help for a week so the habit doesn't feel like a performance in front of the entire cul-de-sac. You're muttering that he barks at the mail truck at noon, too. Different fix. Film on the front window next week to frost the lower third so he can't lock eyes with the blue truck and go to war. We don't ask him to beat evolution. We ask him to stop seeing the enemy. That film costs $30 and saves 1,000 cortisol units. You ask about the crate. Crate is good if it's a den, not a penalty box. Feed breakfast in the crate at 5:50. Door open if he's trustworthy, closed if he rehearses areas. If you hear a bark ramp, layer white noise in the hall. The sound of an old fan masks the engine of a garbage truck like a lullaby for people who didn't choose a garbage truck as a roommate. Officer is nodding like someone who also owns a fan. He probably does. He's a student of calm. About the poop. The bench area has 3 mystery circles. I brought enzyme spray. I'll hit them so dogs stop writing postcards there. Dogs write where other dogs wrote. We break the chain letter with science juice. You say it wasn't you? I believe you. We fix it anyway, because the stroller doesn't care whose it was, just that it isn't now. You're raising a real question. Will the HOA nail you for one complaint? We log patterns. We talk first, we cite last. Tonight is talk. Tomorrow is text me if you need the Kong mid-shift. Officer, could you add voluntary compliance, neighbor support, future citation if nuisance persists within 30 days? Thank you. We file the calm note so memory doesn't get creative later. You ask whether the HOA is anti-dog. It isn't. It's pro-sleep and pro-shoes that don't step on poetry. Your dog is not on trial. Your routine is getting a modest firmware update. And if your schedule rotates, text me the weird days. If you need me to do a 6:15 leash lap while you recover from night shift, I can do 3 mornings next week. I already walk at that time, hoping to bump into my own good decisions. We can make it a neighbor favor, not a required service. You look like someone who hasn't had help offered in a while. Accept it. It's subsidized by peace and the fact that I bought too many poop bags. You mentioned the off-leash dog from the next street over. Yes, he bolts from a loose gate. I'll speak to them about latches again. But we don't average other people's bad with our okay. We make ours solid, and theirs has no excuse to hide behind. Now let's do a tiny live test. It's 6:11. Clip the harness. We'll walk half the block on leash. If he sniffs, we pause. If he pulls, we stop. Sits earn a yes. We are going to teach him that humans are brakes with praise. There. Good. Nose down. Tail level. He sees the squirrel and decides this is not his jurisdiction. That small decision is a treaty. Officer, could you give the thanks for complying nod? He did. That nod acts like an in-ear translator for laws. It says, we are done here because you did the thing. Back to poop. You have a bag? Good. Loop the handles, not carry. We carry all the way home. We do not crown the greenbelt can like a monument. It tips. No one wants a physics lesson made of yesterday. You flash a look that says, this is a lot of rules for one pile. It is. It is also how a block keeps its mornings. Okay, a difficult truth. If early barking continues tomorrow and the next day, I will text you once, then call non-emergency, same as today. The officer will document repeat. By the 3rd report in a month, a citation can happen. I don't want that. You don't want that. Your dog doesn't want your stress. So we will beat repeat with a frozen Kong and patience. You ask about a citronella collar. Some dogs find it rude and double down. Try management first. Timing, treats, visual block, white noise. If you need a tool, a vibration alert collar, no shock, can interrupt the first bark if you pair it with come and reward. We teach, choose me over yelling at squirrels. We don't punish for being a mammal. Now your yard. The gap under the side gate is a jailbreak in waiting. I've got a spare strip of paver and 2 stakes. We can block the crawl spot so the green belt becomes a rumor, not a daily joyride. We'll do that at 6:40. Yes, now. 2 taps, stake in, dog tests it, sighs, resigns. That sigh is the sound of safety landing. Officer, can you write gate gap blocked, off-leash risk reduced? Thank you. Small carpentry, big calm. You want to know if the HOA will reimburse poop bags? No. We will, however, keep the station stocked, and I'll lobby for a second bin nearer the bench. 1 bin at the far end turns lazy people into inventors. We remove invention. We add bins. You're smiling for the first time. Good. Smiles lubricate fences and dawns. Tomorrow's microplan, 45, Kong from freezer to crate. 5:55, scatter 10 kibbles behind the kitchen island. 5, side yard potty, gate secured, leash on. 10, inner sidewalk loop. No greenbelt edges until leash rhythm lands. 25, home breakfast, no bark concerts needed, no off-leash flyers printed. If a squirrel on the East Oak triggers a noise at 6:07, turn on the fan, cue Matt, feed 3 kibbles, exhale. We are not chasing perfection. We are guarding thresholds. You ask if you can hang a small U.S. flag by the porch above the leash hook? Yes. Respectful. Display is fine year-round. If you add a small hook for the leash, mount it inside the porch post, not on the outside face. We like clean lines in this. HOA the officer's checking his watch like he has 10 other. Dawns to attend, he does. He is the patron. Saint of not a big deal until it is. He will loop back at Comerford if he hears silence. He will do the small nod from the car. Keep that nod. It's a sticker for grown-ups. Before he goes, can you say I'll do the plan so my brain believes in bedtime tomorrow? You said it, thank you. Now, neighbor side quest, the bench. We'll spray the enzyme. We'll put a laminated please leash and scoop. Sign on the corkboard by the pool gate. We'll stop the piles before they start by making the space smell like clean decisions. Also, greenbelt sprinklers missed at 7. We don't walk. Then if the dog thinks mist is weather for commentary, we walk at 6:10 or 8:20. We pick a lane. You ask if this is going to make you that dog person in the HOA files. It makes you the neighbor who did the plan. That person gets the benefit of the doubt the next time a sound happens. That person earns the text that starts with, hey, quick heads up, not the one that starts with per section 8.3. We prefer the first paragraph. We live longer with the first paragraph. Later today, I'll put a spare Kong in a bag on your porch, plus a copy of the quiet hours sheet, plus a map to the dog park that has the double gate, so you can practice friendly off-leash where friendly is legal. 20 minutes of legal zoomies solves an entire evening of couch parkour. The treadmill is for humans. The field is the dog treadmill. Officer. Final note. Map to dog park provided. Neighbor-to-neighbor support. Follow-up in 1 week. No citation issued. He writes the short version, but the feeling is long. Okay. Wrap up text for our thread so we don't rely on tired brains. Dawn plan. No front yard before 6 gar. Side yard potty at 6:05. Frozen Kong 5:45. Kitchen scatter to occupy. White noise is needed. Leash plan. Front clip harness, 6-foot leash, inner sidewalk. Sit, sniff when jogger passes. No greenbelt edge until rhythm set. Gate gap blocked. Cleanup. Bags clipped to leash always. Scoop and carry. Enzyme spray on bench area today. HOA to restock station and add second bin. If repeated pre-6 barking within 30 days, possible citation. Officer will recheck at 6:50 today and same window this week. Neighbor available 3 mornings to help leash walk if needed. Please reply agree, so I pin it. You did. Thank you. Officer, you good? He is. He does the small nod. We all live on that nod. Now, go sleep 1 hour more without the my block hates me feeling. No, Your block does not hate you. Your block hates physics at 5:48. We fixed physics with Kongs, leashes, and calendars. Tonight, if you worry at 9:30 that tomorrow will fall apart, text me pre-worry. I will reply with the exact same plan and probably a dog emoji I swore I wouldn't use. We are neighbors. We do boring heroics at dawn. We keep toddlers from learning new words and adults from learning how many. Way sleep can be fragile. And if in a week you want help with leave it when the trash truck eats Thursday, I have hot dogs and a whistle with no sound you can hear. Only dog ears. We will bribe Thursday into becoming a paragraph you laugh at. We are done for this morning. Go inside. Close the door gently. Give him the Kong. Let him work. Let the block stay a block, not a chorus. If you're still listening, I want your take. Should HOA boards adopt a formal dawn, no outside before 6 guideline for tight neighborhoods with wraparound porches? Or is it enough to use nuisance barking standards and neighbor-to-neighbor pacts? And what's your best leash hack for strong pullers who turn into comets at the first squirrel? Front clip harnesses, 2-point leads, treats every 10 steps, or route changes? Drop your workable, neighbor-kind solutions in the comments. Your trick might save a friendship, a nap, and a stroller detour next week.